Yo, 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 what is going on, IK Familia? It is your boy BN, aka Mr. Kingdom Builder, and today we are back again giving you guys a big update, right, around the petition status and the meeting status, probably more specifically now, on where we stand. And this is the second update that we've got so far. And I personally think it's pretty big. So before we dive into a few of the points that we're going to be letting you know on, make sure as always you sub, like, ring the notification button. If you want to join our Discord, you can find a link to that in the pinned comment and description down below. Okay, so the first thing that we have got confirmed is that we are going to have a meeting. And that meeting is going to happen sometime around mid to late March for what we know as of now. Again, that could change, but that's just the tentative, right? We can't really disclose a date, even though they haven't given us one, but that is what I can tell you publicly. And everything I am saying has been agreed to, and they have said that we can mention these things. So I am excited for that. Number two is that it is some of the people who are going to be there, right? That's a question. Who's actually coming, right, from their team? What we have found is that it's going to be some members from the game design team. It's going to be some members from the KVK and PAX team. Now, I don't know if PAX means like bundles, right? Pay bundles or spending bundles, if that's kind of what that is, like purchasable packs. And then also some members from the operations team. Right now, we don't know what a hard number is. This is just some, again, soft information that has been provided to us. But again, those are some of the people that are going to be there. Again, I'm hoping, right, at least maybe one or two decision makers from those departments. If not, that's kind of who will show up. We'll see. The third thing here is that it's going to be a chat room. So it will be a live chat room, and it makes sense because if I wanted to voice or if someone from their team wanted to voice and we don't speak the other language, it's not going to work as well as it would as, for example, if, we set up, just like a multi-channel server using something like Rita, like a Rita bot, where you're just auto-translating and you're doing cross-server translation, so that way you can just talk in your dedicated channel and then it posts to all the other channels and you can have a real-time conversation while being able to kind of understand everyone for the most part. And then the fourth thing here is that it's going to be, from what we have found out, that it's going to be players picked by the dev team, I guess kind of by their dev requirements, right? So it looks like they're saying that there's going to be some people picked from the press officer team and also some others that are picked from the general community as well. Now, they haven't told us kind of how they're going to go about picking who will be a representative, right? Who will be someone that can come and speak. Not really any criteria yet that has been given, just that some from the press officer team and then also the general community will be selected. So some of the things and that kind of rounds out the updates. So like I said, I'll get to another thing here in a moment, but that kind of rounds out where we're at currently. Now, I, for one, am excited, at least with the opportunity to have a conversation. I think this is something that, should not go to waste. I think the level of professionalism, the etiquette, the way that we present ourselves, especially when you're speaking to developers, has to be taken into account to be very important, right? It's not every day that you have, what I think is a mutual benefit of being able to communicate and really represent your community on behalf of the player base, right? When you go into this kind of a room, when you have this kind of an opportunity to go and talk, you have to be very cognizant, I feel, that it's not just how you feel, right? Or myself or another, right? Obviously, depending on who is going to get picked. It's keeping in mind that you are there to represent more people than just yourself, right? And hopefully, that consistent tone, the way that we carry ourselves, how we communicate, how we conversate back and forth, right, will be something we all stay very aware of. As you can see, I've upgraded. And so from there, some of the things that I was talking to a couple of the other press officers about namely Lily and a few others, is I think it's going to be very important for us to have a good game plan. And game plan just meaning that we really have well thought out, whether it's ideas, the suggestions we're going to provide, kind of organizing your thoughts is probably a better way of putting it, and trying to kind of maybe even come up with things like topics to kind of focus on, one by one, and really come so it can be a little bit less of almost like typing in real time, but kind of almost having these things already prepared so that way they can kind of be sent. And I think a big reason for that, that might be good to do, is that it will allow for the time that we spend, however much time we are allotted, right, to have a meeting, a conversation with them. And maybe it's something that we end up having more in the future, but at least for the first, I think being aware and respectable of everyone's time, trying to make the most out of the meeting, the most out of the conversation that we have an opportunity to do. And I think by having kind of prepped or prepared, kind of batches of text and information in a nice formatted way, when again, if there's questions that are asked or certain topics come up, it's we can immediately just kind of do a copy paste, and then you can kind of do the follow-up live conversation from there. I think that's something to be aware of on just some good efficiency tactics, on kind of how to help everyone get the information, or have the feedback, or kind of get the starting point for the discussion kind of out there already. So again, these are just some of my thoughts now after we've given you the second update. Like I said, I'm pretty excited to have an opportunity. Obviously, if I end up being someone who is chosen, obviously I would love to be, I'm sure, like others as well. And I think the important thing here, as a last note, just to keep in mind, is that, and we're unsure on what the format is going to be currently. I know we're throwing around some ideas to suggest. But I think something that is good, it would be if, for example, we have specific topics. Something I think like a KVK topic, maybe like a kingdom topic, right? Maybe a kind of like management style, like king topic specifically in the kingdom. Something like a spender topic that talks about bundles, packages. I think something kind of like a player health topic could be really good. Maybe like an events topic. I think these types of things that kind of cover different areas of the game that we can talk about and focus on. I even think doing something like a migration topic would be great as well, to really hammer home. These are things that I would love, obviously, if there's an opportunity to do something like that, and we'll keep you apprised of those. These are just kind of my thoughts here at the end, but that's it for me, really. That's everything I have as far as the updates. Like I said, Lily should be posting that as well, and y'all should be getting an email if you have signed that. I'll also have a link to the petition down below, just for anyone who does just want to get updates on it, and obviously if you do kind of support everything that we had written in there, that we're hoping to kind of at least have that conversation starter and build upon with the team. And so from there, I'd love to know your thoughts, right? What do you think, right? Did you think we would even make it this far, right? Are you happy to hear that a meeting has been confirmed and has been set? What are some of your suggestions, your feedback on maybe, some of the efficient ways you think the meeting could happen? Obviously, because we are going to be focused and somewhat limited just to text, obviously, which is understandable. And again, any other kind of comments, concerns, questions, right? Let me know in the comments down below. That is it for me. Until next time, we will catch you later.